Hello, welcome back. I'm Andreas, your tech-curious web designer. In the last video, we built a basic block with Wagtail. In this video, we will go one step further and add text to the articles, as well as implementing a search field, so we can filter the articles by tag and by search term. But before we get started, if you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon. This helps me to grow this channel and to reach more aspiring web developers. Thank you so much. And if you would like to support me, you can become a member on my Patreon. I really appreciate you. Okay, and now without further ado, let's dive in. So in this tutorial, we will include tags on the article page. So if I click the Django tag here, I will get all the articles tagged Django. And additionally, we will add search functionality to scan through the articles for the search term. Let's search for Django now. And we can see we found now 3 articles which include Django in some way. Let's find the articles including Wagtail. And we found 1 article. And if I just delete the search term, I get all the articles back. Alright, let's get started now. For this I create a new table in the database to store the tags. So I'm going to the blog folder, to models.py, and create here my article tag class. And I inherit here from the tagged item base class. This class comes with the Tagit app we installed already when installing Wagtail. Let's import it. So from tagit.models import tagged item base. If we look in our settings.py file, we can see that we have installed 2 external apps as well, Tagit and Model Cluster. Both we will be using now when integrating tags. And then I define here this special property, content_object, which defines the relationship between the tag and the article page. We use parental key here, which is similar to foreign key, but this is coming from the Model Cluster app and defines specifically a parent-child relationship. So let's import it. From modelcluster.fields import parental key. Then on delete we have models.cascade and related name tagged items. And this is all we have to define here. The tagged item base class provides already the functionality for tagging, including fields for the name and the slug. Okay, now let's add the tags to our article page. And I'm using here the Cluster Taggable Manager class from the Model Cluster library to manage the tags through the article tag class we just created. Let's import this class. And then we also add the tags to our content panels. Alright. With that we can add text now to the article. Next, I want to filter articles by this tag on the blog page. So here we have the blog page class. And when I send through the context here, I check if we have a tag. So here I'm trying to retrieve the tag value from the request object. So if we have a tag, I fetch the articles from the article page table, where it finds the name of the tag. The tag __ name is called a lookup expression, and it looks up the name of the tag in a related table, in this case the article tag table. Else, if there is no tag, I display all the articles. And then I also add the tag to the context. Alright, now save this file and let's do a migration. Python managed to py make migrations, Python managed to py migrate, and start up the server again. Now let's display the tags on the article page. So I'm going to my templates folder, here to the article page. Then just before the return to block link here, I create a if statement if we have tags on the page. I loop through the tags with for tag in page.tags.all. And I display the tag. Then I want this tag to be clickable, so let's create a link. So the link goes again to the parent page, so page.get_parent.url with the tag parameter. We can add also some styling to this tag. So I'm adding here some Tailwind CSS classes to show a round button. And also wrap it in a container. Alright, now let's check it out. So let's add some text to this article. I'm going to the Wagtail admin interface. First I have to log in. Then I'm going to the article. And as we can see, we have a text input field here now. So I can add a tag here, open source. And another one, let's add Django. And publish. And those two tags are now displayed on the article page. Nice! I will add now some text to the other articles as well, so we can see if the filter works.
A few moments later.
Then I click on Django here. And we got 3 articles which are tagged with Django. But I can notice that I forgot to order them again in reverse. I will fix that in a second. First I will add a sentence here to this page telling the user by what tag we filtered the articles. So I'm going to my blog page template. And I add here this code snippet. So first it checks if we have a tag on this page. And if we have a tag, we display articles tagged and show the tag. Okay, save this file. Refresh the page. And now we see here the tag. Let's test with another tag. I'm clicking here HTMX. And we found only one article. Great. Now let's order them by the reversed order. Let's go back to the models.py file and display only the published articles with .live and order them by the reversed published date. Okay, save this file. And filter it again by the Django tag. Alright, and now the order is correct, from the most recent to the oldest. Awesome! As next, let's add the search field to this page. For this I have prepared a code snippet. So let's go to my GitHub repository at github.com/ndjut/wagtail. Here I'm going to the search snippet and copy the code. Then I'm going to the blog page and include a snippet here on top. Okay, save this file and let's check it out. I go back to the blog page and here we have the search field. Now let's make it work and link it up with the backend. So here in the action attribute, I add the link to the article search URL. Let's save this page and let's add this URL. So I'm going to the urls.py file. and add here this path. Next, I will create this article search function, which I will import from the views.py file. From .views import everything. Okay, save this file. And let's create this function now. So I'm going to the views.py file. And I define here this article search function. I retrieve the search query from the search field. Query is the name of the input field. If you go to the blog page, we can see here the name. And then I fetch the articles from the database using Wagtail search method. Let's import the article page class. So from .models import article page. Then I create here context dictionary with the articles object and the search query. And I add the return statement. I'm using here again the blog page template and I pass here through the context. Okay, save this file. And now for the search to work, we need to define the search field properties and index them. So I'm going back to the models.py file. Here I'm going to the article page class. And I add here the search fields variable, which is extending from the page.search_fields. It is using here the index class. Let's import index. So from wagtail.search import index. And then with the search field, I add the field I want to make searchable, in this case the intro. This is a custom property I added to the class. It will automatically search also the title property, which we inherit from the page class. Okay, let's save this file. But before we can test this, I have to run a command to index it. So I shut down the server. And I run python manage.py update_index. Okay, this command updates the search index for our project, indexing all the search fields we defined. And now we can start up the server again. Alright, let's check it out. Refresh the page. Now I'm searching for AI. And there we go. It found this article because AI was in the title. Let's search now with a word in the intro text, for example unicorn. And indeed, it found this article again. Let's try now with HTMX. This article has HTMX in the title. But for Tailwind, there are no articles. Let's test if we find a search term from the body, which we have not indexed yet. Let's search, for example, for world. And indeed, the body field is not yet searchable. Let's add it to the list. I add here the body as a search field. Then I want also the tags to be searchable. However, this will not work like this, because tags are stored in a related table and not directly on this model class. So let's create here a function to retrieve the tags for this article and store them in a string. And I call this function get_tags. So I'm looping here through the tags of this article and list the name of the tag in a string. And now I'm able to search within this string. Similar with the author. I get the author's name with self.owner.profile.name. And I also want to search for the author's username with self.owner.username. Alright, save this file. Now let's run again the indexing command. So I shut down the server. Run python manage.py update_index. and start up the server again. Okay, let's check it out. So again, I search for world, and this time the article appears. Nice. I can also look for the author, for example Andreas. And there we go, all the articles appeared, because I'm the author of all of them. Next, to enhance this user experience, I want the search term to be visible in the search field here. So I'm going back to my blog page template. And here in the input field, I want to display the value of the search query if we have one. Okay, save this file, let's check it out. I refresh. And as we can see, the search term is now displayed. Let's search for HTMX. And we have our HTMX article. And if we search for a word which doesn't exist, we get an empty page. Let's display here the line, no article found. So for this I check if we have articles. Else I display no articles found. Okay. Nice. Now if I delete here the value and enter, I would like to display again all the articles. And if I add here a space, for example, I get an error. Let's fix that now. So I'm going to my article search function in the views.py file. So first, to get rid of the error, I just add here .strip. This removes leading and trailing white spaces from a string. So if there are only spaces, the search query is basically empty. Then I check here if we have a search query. I display here only the articles containing the query. Else I display all the articles. And finally, let's also fix the order of the articles when we have a search query. Now, when we're using a SQLite database, like we're doing right now, we cannot order the results of a search query directly with the order by function, but we can use the sorted function for this. The sorted function takes in the article's query results, then the key, which uses the attribute getter function to get the value for first publish at. Let's import this function. And then I set reverse to true. Okay, save this file. That should now work. Let's test it. So I refresh the page. And as we can see here, with an empty query, we get all the articles. Then I add here spaces. We get again an empty query. And if I look for Django, I get all of them as a result, in the correct order, from the most recent to the oldest. Nice. Alright, this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel and click the bell icon not to miss the next one, where we add view counts to the articles and social media sharing buttons. I hope to see you there. Until then, stay curious my friends, and bye bye for now.